A major new Russian offensive in Ukraine has begun, NATO says.
Speaking to reporters on Monday, NATO Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg said the organization sees no sign whatsoever that Vladimir Putin is preparing for peace. "What we see is President Putin and Russia still wanting to control Ukraine," Mr. Stoltenberg said. "We see how they are sending more troops, more weapons, more capabilities. Ukraine has been bracing for a major new offensive by Russia, previously warning that it needs fighter jets and long-range missiles in order to oppose it." In an update on Monday, Mr. Stoltenberg said defense ministers would discuss whether to supply aircrafts to Ukraine during a two-day meeting in Brussels this week. "There is now a discussion going on also on the question of aircrafts, and I expect that also to be addressed tomorrow at the meeting in Brussels," he said. Mr. Stoltenberg said NATO would not become part of the conflict if it were to supply the jets. NATO Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg says the military alliance plans to increase its targets for ammunition stockpiles, which are being depleted by the war in Ukraine. "The war in Ukraine is consuming an enormous amount of ammunition," Stoltenberg told reporters at a news conference at NATO's headquarters in Brussels. "This puts our defense industries under strain, so we need to ramp up production and invest in our production capacities." NATO defense ministers are due to meet in Brussels on Tuesday to discuss possible further military aid for Ukraine. Earlier, the United States has told its citizens to leave Russia immediately due to the war in Ukraine and the risk of arbitrary arrest or harassment by Russian law enforcement agencies. U.S. citizens residing or traveling in Russia should depart immediately, the U.S. Embassy in Moscow said in a new travel advisory note issued on Sunday. The embassy also advised nationals to exercise increased caution due to the risk of wrongful detentions. "Do not travel to Russia," it added.